dirty John Kuma secrets emerge after death. It took me time to decide that I'll do this story. John Kuma died at the age of 45. He was a deputy finance minister of this nation. He was part of those who wrecked the economy of the nation with their carelessness when they served under the man who is a fugitive now, Ken Oforiatta. This man here called John Kuma was married to a woman by name Lillian Kuma. In fact, when they met in Obuasi, Lillian was only 19 years old. John Kuma dated Lillian for 3 months and they got married in July. In fact, the 27th of July, 2006 in Obuasi. At the time, John Kuma was not into any serious employment. He was not in any serious employment. Then after some time, he started cutting blocks, culvert style. They went through hardship. They were living in a house built of wood. Tabo dying. My brother, my sister, they moved to Accra to slug it up with life. She gave birth to her first child when she was 20 years, Lillian Kuma. Poverty was so hot on their heels, but they continued to do their own thing. They got married, and then they had their first child when she was only 20. My brother, my sister, John Kuma was 7 years older than her when they got married. And oh, things were beginning to get better. It took Alan Chermatin to give John Kuma his very first job as a politician, as a personal assistant. And from there, other people started to realize how brilliant this John Kuma guy was. And therefore, they started engaging him before he even became a lawyer. And then he opened up a beautiful law firm at Adabraka. And all of us got to hear about it. It was beautiful. It was called Eiiii Approche. Eiiii Approche Chambers. Right there. And he employed a secretary, executive secretary, a sexy woman to sit in the office and receive clients. She was called Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. They were in there doing their business. Lillian was into ministry, doing her own things. Hey, people started telling Lillian, it looks like your husband and the secretary are an item. But she would not listen. He's a man of God. He believes in the Bible. He won't do anything. Long story cut short. John Kuma, out of wedlock, had 2 children with this woman here called Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. John Kuma had 4 children with Lillian. 2 outside. Added to that, they became 6. And this started to give problems to Lillian. She would not understand. She would fight John Kuma. John Kuma would always deny until he finally went down on his knees and begged for forgiveness and said, you know what? I have hurt you. It is true. Those 2 children are mine. At the time, they were living in Pantine. Pantine. Far away from the CBD, Central Business District of Accra. And John Kuma built a house. A beautiful house he bought for his side chick, the executive secretary at Soweto, closer to the CBD. In our country, when a man dies, They say don't speak ill about them. And that is one of the things killing us. Whilst they are alive, if they know that any dirty secrets that they have, and I use the word dirty, when they die, we will still remember that and fire. They will be careful whilst alive. Is that correct? Now, having settled this, family spoke with Lillian and begged her and told her, you know what, Lillian? He's a man. A man can make mistakes. Just take it easy. She took it easy before she realized. After John Kuma died, another child is being announced from America that is John Kuma's child. Let's put that aside. Maybe that is not true. Now, when Lillian approached her husband, John Kuma, the condition for which she would forgive John Kuma for fathering 2 more children within their wedlock would be to sack Cynthia Ejewa Ajimai. And John Kuma said, Wakamate. And sacked Cynthia. Cynthia was living in Soutuom with her 2 children in a house bought for her by John Kuma. Now, she realized that there were still issues, and John Kuma relocated her to London. She is presently in London as we speak. Now, listen to the interesting thing. After Cynthia was sacked, a new lady was brought, and she was called Sewa. People simply called her executive secretary. And people came to Lillian again. Hey, have you allowed him to bring another woman? And Cynthia said, oh, we have spoken about this. We have prayed about it. The Holy Spirit is working. She got some pastors to go there and pray and anoint the whole place to cast out the spirit of prostitution and side chickism. But within a year, the woman was pregnant. Hey! Say what? And gave birth. Johnny, what can you mobile or barbium? Johnny said, what are you talking about? Am I the only man? Bam! She got pregnant again and gave birth to another child. My brother, my sister. And he denied it all his life. Now the information from the grapevine is that for the last 8 years that John Kuma lived, he and Lillian never lived in the same house. He had a house in cantonments where side chicks could come and visit him. And again, he would always pay a visit to Lillian and the children for about a day or a few hours and always leave. They never traveled together. Sometimes I am told that John Kuma would say, oh, I am in Germany, or I am here, I've traveled. But he was right here in Ghana with a side chick. And information would come to Lillian. My brother, my sister, the only time they traveled together, from the information I have, my brother, my sister, was when John Kuma fell ill and was about to die, having been diagnosed by medical experts. And on his sick bed, as he was going, he asked for forgiveness from Lillian one more time and said, I know I've done a lot of bad to you. After I am gone, I'm sure you would hear other things that I couldn't tell you. But let us pray that I am alive. I swear, if I don't die and I get up from this sick bed, you would see a new man. And he never rose again. He died. So he didn't get the opportunity to become a new man again. 8 solid years, no serious intimacy. And when she died, they now brought all the things. He died intestate, in other words, without a will. So they decided to go into what he had. Can I tell you what Lillian got? Remember when we first told this story? I was extra careful when I asked you so many different rhetorical questions, because I knew we will come with a part 2. Now I've stopped telling people I'll do a part 2 before they realize there's a part 2. My brother, my sister, when John Kuma died, bam, the family brought everything John Kuma had. And for each of the 4 children, biological children of Lillian, a tipper truck, a new car was given. So they had 4 trucks, tipper trucks each. One had 1. So 4 of them had 4 tipper trucks. I beg your pardon. And Lillian herself got 1. No, 3. 3 tipper trucks. So in all, Lillian and her children had 7 tipper trucks. My brother, my sister, she also had some land. And even the land, she had to go and fight and pay off some balances before she got that. And she got a 4-bedroom house given to her in Ejuso. When John Kuma died, he didn't have a penny in his account. And it's only here you would hear that. Deputy Finance Minister, he believed in liquidity. Keep the money home, spend it. Bank, no, 0. And I'll tell you more. Today I decided to speak with the family of John Kuma and ask them some pertinent questions. In fact, the conversation was so long, but I've decided to just make a 2-minute bit of it so you have a feel of it. I spoke with a gentleman called Frank Kuma, who has been speaking in the media, and he is a younger brother of John Kuma, and it looked like he was bitter. And it is clear that Lillian never told the family that she was going to get married, her husband's family. In fact, in some other interviews, Frank Kuma said he wished that John Kuma would come back to life, albeit for a few seconds, to see how quickly the wife had moved on. Was he aware of all these things Lillian was going through? I asked him some pertinent questions. Listen to his answers. Watch this.
Yes, I would like to talk to you about some of the things I've seen published. And if you allow me, I'll do a very short recording, you know. Frank, about Lillian Kuma, did she tell you, the family, before she got married?
Not to my knowledge. The family does not know anything about it. We were not informed. And then even 3 months to this marriage, she came to my grandmother's funeral, but she never communicated anything to us that she wants to get married or anything. So we have no knowledge about it. I think a day after the marriage that somebody called me and then asked me, have I heard that our wife is getting married? And I said, oh no. And then he was able to send me some pictures. So that was when I got to know the woman has got to know.
Okay. Now the information I'm getting is that John Kuma had 2 children outside wedlock, and even a 3rd one from America is now being brought in, whilst he and Lillian were married. Do you know about that?
What we know is John Kuma has 6 children. That is what the family knows.
Okay. And, yes. And 2 of them were coming.
during the funeral, everybody got to know John Kuma has 6 children. So that is what the family knows, that John Kuma has 6 children. We don't know about any other children anywhere.
Okay. Do you know if all the 6 children were coming from Lillian?
What we know is John Kuma has 6 children. That's what we know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So the publication that I saw, you didn't seem to be happy about the fact that she got married too early, remarried. And your case is that your brother spent so much money to bring up the family and to take care of the family. Is that right? Is that correct?
It's within her right to get married anytime, and then anytime she wants to. And then I think she has elders around her, she has family around her, and then I'm sure she consulted all of them, and then they gave her the advice to get married. We, the family, we don't have any problem with that. Our only problem was, we are still mourning our brother, and then we because John Kuma was a very popular person, and small news about him, then it gets escalated everywhere on the TV, social media, and stuff. And the most painful thing is the mom and the dad is still alive, and then they get to see their son picture on social media, and the news that comes with this whole thing. That is the problem. It lets the mom and the dad, they just get reminds. They remember their son, and then every day they've not gotten over what happened. I think just a year ago. They are still mourning the son. So we didn't expect this kind of news again. At least she getting married, we have no problem on it. But the news that comes with it, that is the problem right now.
So the news coming with it is the problem. It's not really the marriage. But he still goes ahead to say that we are still mourning. She should have at least waited for the mourning period to elapse. You heard me ask him, how many more years? In fact, it's a long tape. And he said, some people decide that they won't even marry at all. But for him, they are still mourning, and Lillian should have waited for the mourning period to pass. My brother, my sister, we will not moralize it on anybody. John Kuma, is it true that he fathered more children outside his wedlock that he hid from his wife? John Kuma, if he was alive today, would he be happy that his wife moved on? Better still, if he had the opportunity to come back and listen and watch for at least a minute, would he be happy that his wife has moved on? And again, for 8 solid years, is it true that they never lived together? He was in a separate apartment in cantonments. And from the grapevine, all the cars that John Kuma drove, none of them went to Lillian. Lillian built the church on her own. Christ's Disciples of Christ International. John Kuma came in later to support. She also has the Disciples of Christ International School. That is fetching her money. The two of them, husband and wife, at the beginning, opened up a certain company called Majak. And they were supposed to be doing business together. It took Alan Chremartin to bring John Kuma into the fold of politics. And from that time, he blossomed because he was a brilliant guy. Did he have problems with his wife? Were they almost divorced? These issues coming up now, could it be the reason Lillian moved on quickly, telling us that she refused to be caged in pain? Do you think that this could be the reason she allegedly moved on so quickly? My brother, my sister, these are issues that have come into the public because John Kuma's family is aggrieved and talking. Therefore, we have become very interested in this. We have gone underground and we have picked up these vital pieces of information. John Kuma, how many more children did he have outside his wedlock without his wife knowing? Again, why is the family angry after all these years of supposed pain, living in a cage of pain, as she told us in her own words? Why will they be angry that she has moved on? When they started life together, John Kuma was not working at the time that they met. She was the one who was doing her own things and bringing home money. Why is Lillian seen as the opportunist? Is she the opportunist, as the family is trying to portray? Or are we getting the wrong picture? It's the black pot, aka